talking. Put that down a little bit. Okay. So you were telling the story about the crazy lady before I stopped you.
Oh yeah. So this girl who I used to work with at this bar, she was dating this guy for only a couple of months, and she convinced this guy to take his business and put his business on the line for a house for her. So she bought a whole house, right? And for some reason, this girl loved me. Like, she never wanted to do anything with me, but she just loved hanging around me. And she brought her crazy boyfriend with her, and they had just told me that he bought a house right before I was going up. And I was just like, dude, you're insane. I was just like, I was looking at his eyes. She's like, yeah, so I hope you have a good show, man. I was just like,
what?
I was just like, oh my God. So she just crazy, man. I just kept, that was the girl who just kept yelling and just being like, woo!
Oh yeah, her. When you said we're good people, and she's like, "No, you're not."
yeah, that's her, dude.
Oh my God, that's sugar daddy stuff, right? Is that like, does that play into the sugar daddy thing?
What, that shirt?
Yeah.
Like, no, that was my lumberjack mode. I was trying to be a lumberjack at the time. That was my big dream, actually, to have like a lumberjack vibe. But I never never grew a beard. It never worked. And none of my shirts fit. I always get too bigger shirts.
Well, you were going through your fitness journey at this point, right?
I think I was getting started there. Yeah. Oh yeah, that was last year.
Yeah. Last summer, because I remember a few months after this, you posted a picture of you on the beach with a six-pack, and I was like, what the fuck? You're a comedian. You're not supposed to look hot. What the fuck is this?
I know, man, but dude, I'm not hot, dude. I have a fucking bald spot, dude. You see that? Every time I turn my back of my head on the screen, I just start thinking about it in my head. I'm like, look at that. Oh, God.
Fuck that, man. Jason Statham, Tay Diggs, come on, dude. Bald is in. Fuck that.
Dude, I can't. We can't even show this to none of my friends. They literally just talk about my bald spot every time they see me, dude.
Jesus.
It's literally, I got berated. I was hosting a party here, and I was like, man, I ain't seen these dudes in months, and then these guys are just literally just shitting on my head throughout the entire day. Just like, man, LeBron is gone, and so is your hairline.
Hey man, if that's the worst they got, that's fine.
I know, that is true. I'd be like, hey man, you said six-pack, you know what I'm saying? I'm still in the game.
Yeah, it's like, hey, you want a beer? Let me get it out of my... Oh, wait, no, these don't come off. You know how comedians are, hypercritical about themselves, so they come at you, it's like...
I know.
That insight gets turned inside sometime, or actually, I think all the time. But, I don't know. I love the roast, because the more biting someone is when they roast you, it's like, oh man, that means you're hypercritical of yourself. Mm-hmm. So anything I'm gonna say, like, I got to make it good, because that means you're gonna get destroyed.
Yeah, that's what, man. And it's these dudes that be around, they're like sharks, man. They're just waiting for blood. And I've dropped the dime on a lot of people. Like I said, I set them up good. I was like, hey man, hey, you guys hear about what shoes you wearing, bro? And then next thing you know, the dude's face just turned like, dude, why would you bring my shoes up? And everyone just pounces. It's like great, but I hate it when it's turned on me. I'm like, and I get cornered. And I'm from Cleveland, so no one wants to help me.
Yeah. Well, you know who was the worst? Like, I don't know, the guy who was the best at it, what I remember is Brendan Kiefer.
Yeah. Kiefer, yeah. Kiefer's got a knife on him at all times, man. He keeps it sharp. He was clearly keeps his blade sharp at all times, dude. He actually just, Ed was just bought a engagement ring for his fiance. And, Ed put a lot of money and time. He put a lot into this to get this ring. And as soon as Kiefer saw it, he went up to them and said, "Oh, so Tosh, when did you pay for this?" And he just like, Ed was just like, "What the fuck you think I paid for this?" He's like, "I'm looking at your hair, and there ain't no way, no way those patches in your beard paid for this ring, Tosh. It's nice of you." And I was just like, Jesus Christ, dude, fucking savage, man. Like constantly, dude. But Kiefer's the best, though, man. Kiefer, that's my dude. I love him.
Yeah, he's like. I just remember like he must have been abused as a kid, like emotionally abused as a kid to be like that biting.
Oh yeah, 100%.
There's trauma there. I totally want to mine, but I'm scared of going there.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not going in without at least 2 guard dogs. I'm not even. I'm neighbors with this dude. And I try to keep my distance. I'm like, hey man, keep a stick. Like, get back. I can't fuck with Kiefer.
So
bro.
we got
that's
this.
My dude,
Huh?
I say I can't fuck with him, but that is my guy. Man, he helps. He builds all the stuff for us all the time. So he's been pretty.
It's funny because he's a big sweetheart.
Huh?
Like from what I remember, I haven't hung out with him forever, but I remember him being like a super big sweetheart, but also just was very, very cutting.
Oh yeah.
And I'm like that kind of makes me think of like the drop in general, like how you guys ran that before.
Yeah, 100%. We were on that type of stuff. We were just trying to be. I mean, we like to bust your balls. You know what I'm saying? We like to joke around with you, but in the end, everyone always has everyone's back. You know, it's just jokes. It's like, bro, we just kidding around. Ain't nobody taking nothing seriously. It'd be funny when people do take it seriously, but
yeah.
But it's not
someone
good.
gets really hurt, and you're like, oh wait, hold on, this is funny, right?
Yeah. He's like, no, man, get off me, man. I mean, people, I just broke up fights there and stuff like that, man. It's been crazy at that spot, but in the end, though, everyone usually always come back together, though. It'd be like, ain't nothing really. And everyone knows we're just joking around. People, we really, who the people who you really don't like, who don't like you or whatever the case. But most times, man, the drop, man, it was just good just to have that little chaos. Just a little bit of chaos, Everything.
Just a little?
Just a little. Just a little smidget, Throw it in.
I mean, I've got stories I'm definitely going to get into when we go into the interview part. But, this was what, stealing from Whole Foods? Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Like this actually happened, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Oh jeez.
That happened for sure.
Is your picture in the back room somewhere? Or?
Dude, I was good at it. I was good. Like, once I started walking through Whole Foods and I started looking at all the stuff in there, and I had never even really been in Whole Foods before. So I started seeing all these like real fruits, real all these seeds, all these grains, all this good stuff. And then I'm like, man, dude, hey man, I can't afford this, but I need this. And I don't know how to present that to anybody in a rational way that they'll give it to me. So I just started grabbing stuff and people will open the door for me when I walk out. They were like, yeah, just walk on out, dude. Hey, thanks for visiting Whole Foods. I'm like, yeah, thank you. Thank you. And this guy did catch me. That's what this joke was about, though, was this guy caught me. I was on some reckless stuff that day, though, because I had a couple of drinks.
Oh, no.
I had a couple of drinks. I was down the street at Cody's. The bar used to be called Cody's. It shut down, but it was this bar. I had a couple of drinks, way too many, and then I smoked a joint. And so I was really spicy, and I was walked into Whole Foods like I owned the place. And I was doing too much. I was just grabbing stuff. And I was just like, I found some, and I tried to pay for some, but I was like, I'm definitely not paying for these vitamins. And then the dude stopped me, literally, man, I paid for some stuff, and then I got to the line, and then the cop, he stopped me. He was like, yo, my man, come on, bro. Come on, man. And I was like,
wow. Was he just,
huh?
So he was just like that. He was just like, he's like, hey, dude, I can't let you do that.
I can't. Yeah. He said, we saw you on camera already. We've been following you. I said, you've been following me? I said, the Whole Foods security is incognito. I've never seen these dudes. But I was also a little drunk. So,
yeah.
So it could have been, I just was tweaking, because I definitely do think, because I remember when I put it in my backpack, it was the dumbest move. I was like, why am I doing it? I'm being like, if I was going to take something, this is the most obvious thing to do, is to open up your bag and just go like, yep. And he was like, he followed me. And then he pretty much gave me an option. He says, look, man, I could either turn you in or you can go back in that line and pay for that. And he was like, how much is it? I was like, don't even tell me because it's just going to make me upset. Just go in that line and pay for it. Literally shut me up like a kid. Like, I don't even want to hear it.
Yeah.
And I was like,
$50 for what?
You're right. My bad. I tried to shake his hand, apologize. He said, just get out of here. And I didn't even go back to that Whole Foods for like a year.
Yeah. Well, he definitely let you off the hook because I don't know if they call police over there, but...
No, they do, man. They called the police on this one girl I know. And that's what also made me end up not doing that stuff no more. Because I was like, man, I don't really need to steal this. But it was just a principle. I was like, I just don't want to pay this shit, man. And this one girl I know, man, she got busted. I saw her mugshot on the fucking TV. I said, I was like, they got this girl. I'm like, oh, man, Whole Foods. And it was that exact same one that the guy let me go from. So I was just like, you know what? Yeah, I can't be screwing around with that no more, man. Because somebody, if that guy luckily, man, he gave me a shot and was just like, all right, man, I ain't going to bust you, dude. But like, probably because I also paid for some. So he was just like, at least you, all right, dude, at least you ain't too much of a scumbag. At least you tried to pay for something.
It might be that you're a paying customer, and if the cops came in and if the cops came in and roughed you up, it would be like, well, you have a receipt, and that would not be a great PR move.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You know what, man? That was a great power move I did then.
well, drunk and a little high.
I didn't even know that, man. I didn't even think about it like that. Guys, now I'm thinking, no more stealing.
Yeah. Just buy a little. Just steal a little. Just steal a little each time. It's
like, come on, bro, man. I ain't got a receipt, man. You gonna hold up this black man in Whole Foods? Oh man, that'd be too crazy.
What's crazy about this set is like how it's aged. Because 1 year. This is just last summer. I remember sweating my butt off just filming this. Right, like being up in the rafters with the guy, the audio guy, and I'm filming this, and I'm just like, and I just remember like, just like trying not to overheat in that fucking loft.
It was hot as shit up there.
Yeah, and I'm laughing because it was a great set. The vibe, the show was awesome, and then I'm looking back on it. I hadn't really looked at it for a while, and I'm looking back on it now, like, oh wow, this is a relic of the past. These jokes are still funny, but for different reasons now.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too. I was looking at it, I was like, wow, dude, that looks like a whole different me. I was like, man, but I still was trying to rock those skinny jeans, so I was.
Yeah.
I still was trying to do it.